Now I bet you're wondering, what am I doing with 2 Metroplexes? Am I here to brag? No! Well, maybe a little. No, actually, first of all, I'm Captain Kyle. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new and you know who I am, well, welcome back. But this is the Metroplex that I reviewed. It was a counterfeit reissue, came in a nice Metroplex box, looked pretty much exactly like the original, though it was missing Scamper's gun. They gave him an extra gun from Sixgun that he could use. But then I started seeing another Metroplex, much cheaper, and I'm like, what is this? Is it the same? Is it different? And there are some differences, but I picked it up, and with shipping it was like 30 bucks, much cheaper than this Metroplex. So I figured I would get it and show them to you. So I'm gonna compare these 2 Metroplexes, and maybe this one, if you already have this one, you might still want this one, or if you haven't gotten this one, you may be inclined to get this one. Up to you, but we're gonna figure it out. Be right back. Now you can already tell there's some differences with the deco, but I want to show you a bit. So let's go to the close-up cam. So this is the one that I reviewed previously. And some people had problems with the fact that it had tan, and that's actually not uncommon for actual Metroplexes to have some tan parts. These might be slightly tanner than the original Metroplexes, but he wasn't pure white until they did the plastic wheeled version. This is the rubber wheeled version. And you know, he pretty much looks like Metroplex. Pretty indistinguishable from most Metroplexes that you find. They even did a video comparing this to an original Metroplex, and you were hard pressed to tell them apart. Now this Metroplex is a slightly different shade. It's more gray than tan, and it does have white pieces. He apparently is friends to Captain America, because if you look at his chest, he's got what looks like a Captain America shield on it. So this is a knockoff that's not necessarily supposed to be a counterfeit. You can definitely tell it's not an original Metroplex. Plastic-wise, they feel pretty much identical. Now the interesting thing, when this came, it was in 2 pieces. So if you order one, and I ordered mine and they didn't have an option with the box, so I just got it without the box, his legs were detached. Now I have these little screwdrivers. In fact, I will put a link to these in the description. I think every toy collector should have a set of screwdrivers that has small heads for repairing and customizing toys. But there are 2 screw holes in his ass that I basically just unscrewed these, and I took the legs, put them in. After I separated this, put it together. And when the legs come, between the legs there is a white piece of plastic that meets in the center, and it has a circle on it. You want to turn the circle so the protrusion of the circle is facing downward, put it in there, screw it together, and you have a fine Metroplex. So definitely some deco differences. He did not come with stickers. He's got some deco there. This flopped out unexpectedly just now, but that can happen with any Metroplex. It had these stickers or paint applications already on his kneecaps, but he has the missiles. Now, they're not as shiny of chrome. It might be hard to see because of the lights, but this is a little bit duller silver painting, but that is a difference. When you take a look at the back, obviously the stickers here are better. You know, there's more of them and there's more deco on the back, not so much on this less expensive knockoff. But he's got his shoulder cannon, which you can put away if you so choose. So pretty much he looks the same, has the same posability. There's a little bit of ratcheting here. There's ratcheting there. He's got the ramp that comes out, just like this ramp that comes out. So I got the missiles in there, so I'm gonna close that back up real quick. So he's, except for the more gray instead of tan, and the lack of stickers, which you can always get a repro set. I hear there's one out there that Patriot Prime uses all the time. They might have a sticker set for him. But he's pretty much the same. Everything he can do just the same. You've got the tower. Now, I replaced the tower that came with him because it was a little loose with an original tower. This one is fine, sticks on without any problem. It goes on there stiff, it stays. In actuality, in some ways, this might be a little bit better than this one, quality-wise. He's got the antenna there, he's got the retracting antenna there, he's got the fists that are removable, and of course he transforms all the same way. So if we want to turn him into a battle station, we can do that. He does have the button in the back here to pop up the head, and it works fine. Now, a couple of the differences, I mean, there's no stickers on here. And this also has plastic wheels. They don't have any chrome. They're just pure black, so obviously there's chrome on there. And the missiles come on a sprue, just like the original. So I got 3 missiles on a sprue instead of 2 that were loose. Now, I have not put them in this configuration before, but so far, everything seems fine. So there they are side by side, both in battle station modes. We do have to try the roll test for both of them. So the rubber-wheeled one, the more expensive one, I accidentally shot a missile. That is one of the dangers. But yeah, he doesn't roll that well in battle station mode. This guy rolls a little bit better, but more loudly because of the plastic wheels. So we know these can fire. I'm not gonna let them get away this time, but can these? These, unfortunately, do not fire, which is actually, I say unfortunately, but at the same time, I'm like, that's not a horrible thing. It keeps me from shooting them across the room accidentally, so I'm not too worried about that. Minor minus if you like firing missiles, but there you go. Now there is a slight difference in color with the weapons as well. The black ones pretty much look black. The antenna that attaches, these are whiter than these, so you can tell the difference. And these are a brighter red, whereas these are more maroon. This is like a blood red, this is more like dried blood red. Well, dried blood gets brown, so, but it's maybe slightly dried blood. So, battle station wise, they're pretty much the same. Though, when I transformed him, I didn't quite, I think we're gonna have to do another roll test because I didn't have it quite aligned. So we'll do one more roll test. This might be better. Better if you align the legs properly. This one rolls a little bit better, or, you know, about the same, but with less noise. So battle station mode, again, pretty nice. There's some other things I'm gonna show you that are gonna be pretty good too. In fact, before we get into the city modes, I want to talk about the companions. So we have Scamper, and let's zoom in because he's a little guy. But then his version of Scamper, again, this has more of the tan plastic, this has more of the gray. It has some blue paint apps on the top, which are kind of nice, so that's kind of cool. And the gun barrel is actually a bit whiter. And this seems put in reverse to this. If it's really a thing, you can just pop it out and pop it back in. So now they're the same. This one doesn't have stickers. This one has tread stickers, though no actual treads. This is the regular Sixgun torso. This is the one that comes, and you can see his eyes are painted. So different shade and eyes painted. So that's kind of a plus for this cheaper version. The chest shields, nothing on here. I don't think there were stickers that I forgot to put on here. And there are some applications of stickers or something, it looks like stickers, on this chest shield for Sixgun. Now, here is Scamper that came with the counterfeit reissue, and this is the more, I'm definitely a knockoff version. Now, a couple things you're gonna notice is, first of all, the chest. He's got the Autobots symbol sticker that I put there. This already came with a sticker. Again, it's kind of got the Captain America shield and some other deco. Also notice the gun. For the counterfeit, his arm came off. He's using a version of, and it's not wanting to stay, in there. All right, but it does overbalance him. He's using a version of Sixgun's gun. I'm gonna try to move a little bit out of the way because my black coat kind of blends in with the black weapon. But there is that one. This guy actually comes with a replica of Scamper's gun. Itty bitty gun. So considering that these guns usually go for about, I don't know, 30 or more, just getting the set for this gun might be worth it. But let's take a look at them in their vehicle modes, and you're gonna notice a major difference. This knockoff Scamper has a painted silver windshield. So it actually looks a bit nicer than the counterfeit made to look like the original G1 Scamper. They were all about the same, but I do like the additional deco on this guy and the gun. Look at that itty bitty gun. Now, it's been a while since I've actually held a real Scamper gun, so I am not sure if this is exact, but it is definitely a lot closer than this. So we looked at Slammer, we looked at the differences with Sixgun. Let's take a look at the cities. And again, they're gonna be pretty much identical. So here is the city mode for the G1 counterfeit, the one that's supposed to be much more like the actual Metroplex with the rub sign and the Autobot symbols and the gun that fell off, which I can just pop back on, though it takes a little bit of force. And you know, it looks nice, it's got the stickers. I have noticed that these stickers have started to peel away a little bit, so I'm kind of rubbing them back into place, some of them. But still, overall, a nice Metroplex. But let's take a look at this one, this much more knockoffy version of Metroplex. Now, he doesn't have the helipad stickers. He doesn't have the stickers in here. He does have some paint apps or stickers on the tower, which this tower doesn't have. Also has the stickers that were on our Sixgun companion showing here, so that makes it nice. Ooh, I can pop his head down. Sorry, he was peeking. Now, one interesting thing, I had noted that even though this was a nice G1 reissue, couldn't actually launch the car. I don't know if you can launch the car here. Let's try. Yes, so this one is actually more functional than the G1 counterfeit. If you already got this, it's a fine version of Metroplex and looks nice on your shelf. You can put cars around it. If you put it in this mode, you can put it in robot mode. Looks great. This one, people will look at it and know it is not an official Metroplex just because of the coloration and the different stickers and the homage to Captain America. But if you don't have this, or even if you do, you might want to get this just for an additional city. You know, they could hang out together. You know, they could be bros. And again, it has that function and it's neat. I like it. And if this was too rich for your blood, this might be a great alternative. Like I said, it was about 30 bucks with the shipping. It was like $17 plus $13 shipping or $15 shipping. Might have been a little over, might have been closer to 35, but still for what you're getting and this little gun, I think it's a good value. It's got all the same playability and it could be a good substitute or just a good add-on piece. It could be your alternate universe Metroplex where they teamed up with the Avengers. Get some GoBots and put them in there too. You know, whatever you want to do. But I think it's neat. I definitely wanted to let you guys know about this alternative. I know some people were like, you know, for the price, for a counterfeit, this was a bit much. This might be a good alternative. And he is going to go on my Autobot shelf right next to this Metroplex and my Metro Titan. Well, they'll be facing off against Metro Titan, but hey, 2-on-1, Autobots win. I know you evil Decepticons out there don't like this. Well, neither does Megatron. Okay, you gotta stop channeling him so much. But yeah, so I think this is definitely a set worth getting. Even again, if you just want the gun, but I think it's got some playability and some coolness in its own right. It's definitely a fun knockoff. And speaking of fun, I hope you're enjoying these videos and having as much fun as I do when I make them. I got to transform 2 different Metroplexes for you. And while you're mulling over if you want to get this one or this one, you know, whatever is going to fit into your collection, you can check out my original review of this guy right over here, which will also show you the box and such. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.